Hey guys, today we're going to react to Frank Zappa apostrophe Don't eat the yellow no don't eat the yellow snow, not yellow no. Sweet. This is apparently four songs of the apostrophe album. I tried to look at it, try to see if if there's any difference or anything like that. So apparently not, and it's like four of the songs put together to make this right here. So this is the first half of the album, perhaps. I'm not really sure. I know that it's nine songs or so, and I wanted to check it out. So we're gonna start with this. Then next video will probably end it with all the remaining songs as well. I have unfortunately no lyrics right now, so we're gonna have to really listen to it to, try to see what he's actually talking about. And in the end, you guys are going to also comment down below what each song actually means and some backstories or fun facts that you want to share as well. I expect some quirky, kind of explicit lyrics because I know that Frank Zappa doesn't really have a leash on him. Like, he can write about whatever he wants, and there's no real consequence, and he's pretty much somebody who's free, I guess, in the music industry. Or maybe not. You guys could tell me if, he had any sort of, consequences for using explicit words, if he ever got censored or anything like that. But from what I've seen, which was Bobby Brown Goes Down and Uncle Remus, which is apparently part of this album as well, he pretty much doesn't have a leash or censorship anyways. So yeah, I'm also expecting some kind of cool little studio effects that it's only possible in studio and not really live. Maybe he does well live as well. I haven't seen him really perform outside of Bobby Brown Goes Down and Pink Floyd's Astronomy Domine. I think he was playing with them or something like that. I don't really remember. There's literally a video on that on the channel as well. But yeah, 10 minutes long. Let's check it out. I don't know if there's a concept or a narrative to this album, but we're gonna find out right now. Apparently it's very windy.
Dreamed I was an Eskimo. Frozen wind began to blow.
I like the melody.
Under my boots and around my toe.
Kind of bluesy, folky, and country, I guess.
Frost that bit the ground below. It was 100 degrees below zero. And my mama cried. And my mama cried.
I like the harmonics. Very creative.
Don't be a naughty Eskimo. Save your money, don't go to the show.
Ooh, that was a really cool drum
Well, I
part.
turned around and I said, ho, ho. Well, I turned around and I said, ho, ho. Well, I turned around and I said, ho, ho. And the northern lights commenced to glow. And she said, with a tear in her eye, watch out where the huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow. Watch out where the huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow.
Oh, that was the first song, and apparently fades into the next one, which is Nanook. I think that's how you pronounce it. Rubs it. I wonder what he's going to rub, but I have a prediction. I don't know what the yellow snow actually means, but if I had to guess, it's probably going to be piss or something like that, because, it is what it is. But I didn't really catch on to the lyrics. Perhaps it's metaphorical, but I did hear some verses and stuff. but it's about huskies. I think he said something about Eskimo. Not really sure. It was like out of context for me. Maybe I have to analyze the lyrics later after we finish this video right here. We'll probably at the end of the video go back again and analyze what he's talking about. But I like the creativity of using so many harmonics and different melodies. And it's a fairly short song, but it's the perfect kind of short. It isn't short to the point where it just ends in a way that it's not satisfactory. It ends in a way that it's meant to be. It's enough. It's a good song as it is, and it doesn't really need to expand much on it more than that. So that's pretty cool. And I know that the album is 32 minutes long, so I can see that the songs are fairly short, and I feel like that's fine. I'm just used to prog rock, I guess, with big, epic performances like Emerson, Lake and Palmer and stuff. But Don't Eat the Yellow Snow is actually a pretty good song, and I actually really enjoyed it. I like the weird kind of mad genius vibe this album gives to me. It's a feeling of I'm entering somebody's mind, and that mind is unpredictable. I feel like, I feel like we're walking through Frank Zappa's subconsciousness, and his subconsciousness is all kinds of psychedelics and weird feuds, kind of Beatles-esque as well. And I see so many melodies that are catchy and very nice. So yeah, I really like that. One thing that I've noticed is that he really focused on the beat of the song. The rhythm is very important to how the song is going to structure itself. For example, there are many times where he rhymes a word, he rhymes one word with another word by dividing the sentence in half to make sense with the beat. So he really, sings kind of like a rap, I guess, kind of like poetry, a rap and rhythm and poetry. But yeah, let's continue. Nanook rubs it. I'm scared, but this is probably the longest song out of these ones. So let's see.
Right about that time, people, a fur trapper who was
very
strictly
bluesy
from commercial. Had the unmitigated audacity to jump up from behind my igloo. Started in the whipping on.
I will say one thing real quick. I'll rewind. This album kind of reminds me of The Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking by Roger Waters. The harmonics and weird little melodies in the background just going back and forth. Kind of reminds me of that.
Started in the whipping on my favorite baby seal with a lead-filled snowshoe.
The sound effects as well.
I said, with a lead-filled snowshoe. He said, peekaboo, with a lead-filled snowshoe. He said peekaboo. He went right upside the head of my favorite baby seal. He went whap with a lead-filled snowshoe, and he hit him on the nose, and he hit him on the fin, and he...
Didn't expect the guitar.
Me just about as evil as an Eskimo boy can be. So I bent down, and I reached down, and I scooped down, and I gathered up a generous mitten full of the deadly yellow snow. The deadly yellow snow from right there where the huskies go. Whereupon I proceeded to take that midden full of the deadly yellow snow crystals and rub it all into his beady little eyes with a vigorous circular motion hitherto unknown to the people in this area, but destined to take the place of the mud shark in your mythology. Here it goes now, the circular motion, rub it.
Okay, we can hear something.
And then in a fit of anger, I pounced.
Oh.
And I pounced again.
Oh, that was a really good.
I jumped up and down the chest of her. I injured the fur trapper. Well, he was very upset, as you can understand.
Boom.
And rightly so, because
Really like the bass.
deadly yellow snow crystals had deprived him of
I
his
feel like
sight.
I'm in like a podcast or
He
something.
stood up and he looked around and he said, I can't see. I can't see.
I really like the harmonic.
Woe with me. I can't see.
You're joking back and
He took a dog do snow cone and stuffed it in my right eye. He took a dog do snow cone and stuffed it in my other eye. And the husky the doggy wee wee has blinded me. And I can't see temporarily.
boom, boom, boom. I really like the drums as well.
Stood there with his arms outstretched across the frozen white wasteland, trying to figure out what he's going to do about his deflicted eyes. And it was at that precise moment that he remembered an ancient Eskimo legend wherein it is written, on whatever it is that they write it on up there, that if anything bad ever happens to your eyes as a result of some sort of conflict with anyone named Nanook, the only way you can get it fixed up is to go trudging across the tundra, mile after mile. Trudging across the tundra, right down to the parish of St. Alfonso.
Oh, another song. It sounds a lot more like like a phone tune. But, whew, that was Nanook Rubs It. I wonder, I didn't really catch the meaning of the song, but I'm guessing he's talking about an Eskimo or something like that. I'm not really sure, but we'll check it out later, and you guys can also comment down below. I wonder why the album is called Apostrophe. Like, why? Maybe it has no literal, reason why. Maybe it's just why not, But I don't know. I really liked the song. It was very groovy, very funky sometimes, very psychedelic as well. Very bluesy. It was like everything all at once. Really like I think there was a trumpet. I don't think there was a saxophone. And there was no keyboard, but there was a really good guitar, which was also bluesy, but it was kind of like violent, kind of like boom, in your face. And very groovy, like I said before. The drums really went really well at the end of the song right here. Really liked how they, became more dynamic at the end right there. The harmonics as well are just fantastic. Probably the best thing from this album so far is the harmonics. Like, I really just like listening to the stereo just going crazy on my brain right now. Like, I feel like a schizophrenic right now. Like, there are so many voices going back and forth on the headphone. So, that's great. I mean, not really if you actually have schizophrenia, but in this context, it's actually very good. Imagine if you had singing voices all the time in your head, It would be pretty cool, to be honest. You'd find so many melodies. I guess, we already do that without having too many voices. But like I said, it's pretty creative. And it does remind me a lot of the pros and cons of hitchhiking, which came after as well. So I'm not saying that Frank Zappa copied Roger Waters or anything like that. But yeah, we're going to go into Saint Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast. That sounds like Alam's Psychedelic Breakfast from by Pink Floyd. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan, so I'm probably going to like say it all the time because it's all I think of. But I'm exploring this, and this is great. I'm really enjoying it. I want to listen to the full album, and what I will do is probably listen to this, and then I'll do the rest of the other songs as well, because it's in chronological order, so it doesn't really, break the experience. And yeah, let's see. This song right here, Saint Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast. Sounds like a lullaby. Oh.
Yes, indeed. Here we are.
Sounds very old school.
Pancake breakfast, where I stole the margarine and wheedled on the bingo cards in lieu of the latrine. I saw a handsome parish lady make her entrance like a queen. Why, she was totally chenille and her old man was Emery. As she abused the sausage patty.
Like how full of sound this is.
At St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast, get off the bus, where I stole the margarine.
Oh, those drums. Okay, so it transitions into the other song. I'm gonna have a lot of fun, by the way. But when I re-listen to this again with all the cool transitions and stuff, like I really appreciate that. That's another thing that I feel like artists should do more, is transitions in a way that it doesn't really break the experience. Like it makes you feel more immersed when you jump from one song to another, and you don't really feel that it's a song anymore. It feels like it's just part of your world, I guess I could say. And yeah, I really liked the song. It had so many cool notes. I wonder what that instrument is, by the way. Like the tell me in the comments if you guys know. I don't know if that's a keyboard. It sounds like a string-based instrument, but I'm not really sure. I can't really recognize if that's a guitar. I don't think it is. Like, listen to this. I don't think that's a guitar, but I'm not really sure. I can't really confirm or deny. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It sounded more like a little like instrumental section into the next song, which is Father Oblivion. So I wonder what that's gonna be about. I like the characters, by the way. There's so many weird, so many unpredictably funny named characters, like Nanook. There's Saint Alfonso. Then there's Father Oblivion. I feel like there's a concept, a narrative behind this that I'm not really getting too much. Maybe it's not supposed for me to get. Maybe it's out of context. Maybe I need more information. But if you guys do know, then comment down below. And we'll finish this. 2 minutes long. We'll see where Frank Zappa brings us. Bang.
Get on your feet and do the funky Alfonso.
Kinda jazzy as well.
Oblivion, resplendent in his frock, was whipping up the batter for the pancake with his rock. He was looking rather bleary. He forgot to watch the clock. It was the night before, behind the door, a leprechaun.
Like I said before, it does really remind me of rap, you know? And you can see the roots of modern rap right here, perhaps. I mean, modern rap is kind of different, but the good type of rap, I'd say, is, you know, rooted in here, kind of bluesy as well.
Watch the clock. It was the night before, behind the door, a leprechaun. The night before, behind the door, a leprechaun. It's he stroked it. The night before, behind the door, a leprechaun is his smile. Stroked his smile. It sent him off in such a frenzy. He sang lock around the crowd, and he topped it off with a. And he topped it off with a.
Those drums, man.
Topped it off with a. As he stumbled on his. He was delighted as it stiffened and ripped right through his side. Oh, Saint Alfonso would be proud of me.
Really like the bass punch, you know?
He shouted down the block. Ominous for Biscum et cum spiritu tuo. Won't you eat my sleazy pancakes just for saintly Alfonso? They're so light and fluffy white, we'll raise a fortune by tonight. They're so light and fluffy white, we'll raise a fortune by tonight. They're so light and fluffy brown, they're the finest in the town. They're so light and fluffy brown, they're the finest in the town. Good morning, your highness.
Well, judging what? Judging by the fade out, I would say that this is probably the end of side A, maybe. But yeah, that was really good. I really like each song. I feel like if you put that together, it is the Don't Eat the Yellow. Fuck, I can't really say the name of this song. Don't Eat the Yellow Snow. For some reason, I just removed the S of snow. Don't Eat the Yellow Snow suite is pretty good. I really enjoyed it. 10 minutes long, worth spending on, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the album. And I wonder how he's going to finish the album, you know, like if he's going to like a big solo or anything like that, or it's just gonna end just boom suddenly, you know, or anything like that. But that was really good. Let me just check. I think okay. I was gonna say that was really good. I really enjoyed it. And let's look at the lyrics, see what he's talking about. Okay, so I read a little bit of the don't eat the yellow snow lyrics, and apparently it's like a dream situation where he, or I guess, I don't know if it's supposed to be Nanook necessarily, or if it's supposed to be like somebody else that dreamt he was Nanook, because apparently Nanook is like a character in a film or something like that was preserved, and it's kind of like a native, what do you call it, like a native name, apparently. I'm not really from North America or Europe or any of these places. I'm actually from South America, so that's probably why I have an accent, and that's probably why I don't really have much of this literature that is pretty much just like from the outside. So I'm from the outside looking in right now. But he apparently was a native, and he was in a place that was very, very cold. And I'm not really sure what the yellow snow is supposed to mean. But apparently, from what I've read pretty much, there's no real consensus for what it means, so maybe it's just an interpretation. But it does show you that Frank Zappa does have like a literature knowledge. Like he reads books, he knows about entertainment, and he can make a very good song out of, you know, other people's works as well. So now I'm going to read about Nanook Rubs It again. Okay, so I read a little bit of the lyrics of Nanook Rubs It, and apparently it does make a lot of references to other songs by Frank Zappa, but I think the best description of it that I also kind of agree with is that it's supposed to be like an encounter with a fur trapper after he tries to attack his favorite baby seal, talking about, of course, Nanook, presumably to kill it and sell its fur. In the conflict that occurs because of this, Nanook blinds the fur trapper with the yellow snow introduced in the previous song by rubbing it in his eyes, as referred to by the title of the song. So apparently, Nanook tried to blind the guy who tried to kill his baby seal, his favorite one apparently, and we're going to go into the next song, which is Saint Alfonso's Breakfast. Okay, so I read a little bit of Saint Alfonso, I guess it's Italian, pancake breakfast, and it's kind of like tough to really know, but it does continue the story with the, what do you call it, the fur trapper. He apparently goes to a church and maybe, has some kind of relationship, let's call it that, with a kindly parish lady, simply overcooking some sausage at the church breakfast. Maybe it's supposed to be like a priest, what do you call it? Priest, student, or girl, or I don't know, nurse, what do you call it? Nun relationship. I'm not really sure. But it does continue a little bit of the story and does have a bit of humor as well. And it is pretty explicit. So yeah, that's great. Pog. Let's go into the last one. And like I said before, it's very, very abstract and it isn't very direct or anything like that. So you guys might need to give me help to really understand the genius of Frank Zappa. Because I'm not that gifted to really know much. Okay, so I also read about Father Oblivion, and like I said before, it's a pretty enigmatic lyric, and I'm not really gonna try to understand it right now, because otherwise the video will be 10 hours long until I can finally find like a conclusion to this. But it's also kind of humoristic. It's not really serious or anything, I would say. Like, it's kind of funny, like how he tries to rhyme every word with clock, flock, frock, you know. Like, it's pretty funny. But I'd say that he probably does it to make make the song a little bit more of his personality. It isn't very serious, it isn't very philosophical or off-brand. It is Frank Zappa, I guess you could say. But yeah, that was the reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will react to the full album, but I just did Don't Eat the Yellow Snow suit because it's probably the most famous videos out there that I wanted to check out before the full album. So it was a good time. I really enjoyed it. The musicality is really good, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to. Bye bye.